Corks 96fm.
And I had a frame for my house because I thought we'll never do more than this. Next week, number 2. So we knocked down John and Olivia at 3, knocked them out at 2. And then, well, it's never clip that one, frame that. It'll never go there. And I can't remember. We were in the house in Chessington, and I was in bed asleep with Paula, and fuck no, Kelly came in. He shook me. He goes, "Sorry for waking you. Probably want to know this. We're number 1." Oh. And the whole house was up. And I remember going out in the garden with a bottle of champagne. We were just going. It was mega. I mean, I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, we are cool. We were not cool about this. We couldn't believe. I mean, 18 months. I've been on the dole and done nearly.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I think it's fabulous to hear you being, as humbling about the experience as you are, because it's just a nice side of your character. Although Lizzie had gone before you, Gallagher was storming the place. Horselips did a little bit. I suppose the Clancy brothers. We had international exposure.
Yeah.
So would you agree with that? There was a few that went before you, not detracting.
No question. I mean, without
there were some pioneers.
I mean, without Philip, we're not there. I don't mean in musical terms. I mean that literally, he'd come and see us, and he got the 2 Chris's who managed them to give us a hand. In fact, when I was in Sea Point living there, we got a call offering us support on a 42-day Lizzie tour. Do you remember talking about this? We couldn't do it. We'd no money. And while they were prepared to give us a bit of money, we'd never heard ourselves in monitors. We just weren't capable of it. But the 2 Chris's got us into the highest level of the record company. Said, listen to these guys. And so we did a trawl of the record companies. And in fact, Chris was in hospital last week and I went to see him. Philip was a really good friend and also great. Rory, we were talking about him on the way over. He used to play at the local dance in Dublin in Stella House, and I saw him at the Isle of Wight with Taste, where he tore the place apart.
Or his stuff on the whistle test and things.
No. This is bona fide. Magnificent, exactly. But the truth is, where we sit, I believe, and Gaz may disagree, I don't know, is that where I think we sit is...
If I can get a word in edgeways.
Yeah. Van... who I think is the only Irish music genius. I think it's only Van, that's to me. He did something instinctive and intuitive and completely new. He took sort of his roots in Belfast Protestant culture and married it to a sort of the Celtic thing, the Yeatsian language.
But so did you.
With the blues. No, hold on. I think there was sort of, and he still goes on about it, this Celtic mysticism. Philip was sort of an Irish romantic, all those Jim Fitzpatrick covers and, Roisin Dove and all that sort of thing. And I certainly was not interested in any of that. I was interested in the city I lived in, the conditions of the place at that time.
Well, you were interested in kind of dissing it, like looking after number 1, banning a republic, things like that was very critical of the country.
That's my point. It was about now, here and now, and nothing else. Forget all that with your mysticism and your romanticism. Face the facts. This thing is not working. And I was working amongst the people who were the victims of that. So Rat Trap was written in the abattoir in Dublin about a kid called Paul. So Billy just scans better, and his girlfriend. And looking after number 1. If you can't give me a living, you told us, go to school, do the stuff, and you'll have a great job after. No, nothing. My generation had to leave, like now. And they were like this and that. And so we stopped recording and it came out, and in the corridor, Nigel and Chris said, what was that? And I said, B-side. They said, that's your next number 1. And I literally, this is true. And
Why couldn't you see that?
I couldn't see it in Banana Republic either. Loads of them. Look,
it might be slightly more acceptable about Banana Republic.
Objectivity. You're just doing another song. You're trying your best to make it work, and then you kind of go, "That works." Next one.
I never thought I Don't Like Mondays was going to be a hit.
No, none of us did.
You just don't know. You don't know.
Nigel and Chris said, "Not like that," and I said, "No." Like I literally thought they were mad.
But it's an amazing song because today it's as fresh, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. It's as fresh now as it was.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, that's the word. Works.
Corks 96fm.